Hello and welcome to a Mooks and Monsters. I'm Tim Niederreiter, and I will be joined in a moment by Rob Ward and Dave Robison as we conclude our Pillar Universe actual play game for these past 3 episodes, past 2 episodes and this one. So, if you enjoy this episode, go out and check out the free Stormfleet book. It's set in the same universe. You'll get a lot deeper view of what people can do with the crazy setting, and it's just a good story. I wrote it, of course. I'm biased, but there you go. So, if you haven't listened to the previous 2 episodes yet, you probably should do that before you listen to this one, or it won't make a whole lot of sense. So, without further ado, though, here is the new episode of the 3rd and conclusive episode of the Pillar Universe game that we did. And thanks to Dave Robison for being on the show. Let's get to it. Welcome back, and the ship is flying for the destination, but with bugs all over it. And our intrepid, and well, not so intrepid, honestly, our kind of cowardly heroes are looking for a way for booby traps in the aft engine, the aft thrusters, whatever. I can't keep these things straight. All right, You guys go. What are you going to do when now you're down in the engine room?
So we run the sweep of the engines to make sure nothing is booby trapped.
All right. So which you wants to do that is to take the lead on that.
We're both looking for different things. Okay. I'm assuming that any booby trap is going to receive some sort of signal, so there needs to be some sort of communications element to it in order for it to be triggered. And Zakal's sensor savvy will allow us to check for any unique radiations or sensory emissions that a charge or inadvertent electrical coil or something would be giving off.
Yeah. In fact, as you two search for the sensors, Zakal quickly discovers that there actually is a relay down. There's a radiation leak, not a radiation leak. Sorry, there was a sensor down here that shouldn't be. That's what I'm trying to say. In the engine, in the thruster room, that must have been activated when you last transited because it wasn't operational before. But it appears that there was a switch that flipped it when you jumped from the previous hub to the one in this sector, in this cluster. So,
I think we found our issue.
But in the meantime, as the call works, Leadon gets his hands into the computer and detects at the local computer and communications section that communicates with the rest of the ship, detects the actual booby trap, right, which is now active, and unfortunately he triggers the timer. So in 3 rounds, the main thrusters will be deactivated and you'll be drifting. Because you accidentally tripped a failsafe as he discovered that there was a failsafe.
No, there was no failsafe. This was as planned. This is exactly how it was supposed. There's nothing I could have done. Nothing.
30 seconds before you lose power to the main thrusters.
All right, I'm gonna relay this information to the rest of the crew with the talent, being like, "We're gonna lose power. Hold on, we're trying to fix it."
Can I defuse
I'll aim it for an earth
mechanism
field
in 30 seconds?
Yeah, you can. You'll be tough.
No, it won't.
Just don't roll snake eyes again. Okay, so all right. So you're gonna try to deactivate the engine killing failsafe?
Yes, please.
Okay. You have to go fast. It's not gonna be easy. Let's see. Okay. The difficulty here is pretty extreme, but you managed to do it.
Yes.
You managed to stop the timer, but the failsafe is still operational. The time it's just no longer counting down.
Okay.
So theoretically, someone could reactivate it pretty simply if they were on board.
It's. I had to trip it, so I knew where it was, and now that I knew where it was, it's fixed. It's the timer is halted. Everything is fine.
And then sensor operator Zakal gets a ping from his terminal at the front of the ship that he has set, that you're a little cautious about this kind of thing, and your ship has just emitted a signal, an open signal that tells everybody in a big radius where it is. It must have been triggered by the stopping of the failsafe.
I had to find the failsafe, you said. I had to trip it in order to find where it is so I could disarm it, you said. Now everyone knows where we are.
Perfect. Everything is going according to plan.
How is this going to plan? Everybody knows that we're in the middle of nowhere, and we're sitting ducks now.
Well, actually, we're not, because we still have engine power. Here's the plan. Zakal, I want you to rig up an emanation from our engines that will give the energy signature of some sort of warp core explosion. Not anything that's going to hurt us, but just enough so that any sensors would detect radiation from a long range. Meanwhile, I'm going to rig up a light show display for all of these cameras that indicate that we've blown up. And then our ship's captain will fly us into a little pocket of quietness. We'll drop our power. Our weapons guy will be ready, and we'll see who exactly is following us, because they're going to come to investigate. What do you think?
I think you're nuts.
Well, that, my friend, has been established. But what other option do we have? Otherwise, we're going to spend the rest of our days running and wondering who has been watching us and who has planted these bugs. This is the best way to draw them out so we know who we're dealing with.
I just had a thought. Well, I'll do the. I'll try to. As I'm saying this, I'll try to start the radiation signaler thing that Ladon
described,
suggested,
and I'll start composing the visual explosion of the ship for the cameras.
Okay,
go on, Zakal.
What if this is what if the cameras are not watching us but they're watching the cargo? Maybe they knew that some cargo was coming in, and maybe the cameras are not the same people that are with the cargo. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And that's an excellent point. And I think we'll just have to, I think we need to draw them out, because if they're interested in the cargo, then the fact that we blew up is going to make them all the more interested in coming to investigate to see if the cargo survived.
Okay.
Oh, that might into conflict.
Well,
what if we abandon
our captain and weapons guy are good at flying us and positioning us into a defensively advantageous position, and as long as you can mask their sensors and jam their sensors, you and I think we'll be okay.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess we should.
Okay, so you guys are going. I can tell you what the results.
Yeah, I'm pretty much being the boo-boo in this relationship. I don't know, Yogi.
Oh, relax, boo-boo boy.
Jeez, I don't know.
We're gonna get a picnic basket.
Alrighty then.
But the Rangers after us.
Yeah, so the Rangers are after your picnic basket. All right, here we go. So you both managed to succeed. You both succeeded in what you were trying to do. So you managed to rig a light show by vent, and you're going to vent excess radiation and fuel and stuff to, or power supply to create an illusion that you exploded. That seems like a good
some trash. And junk and stuff as well. It won't be really convincing, but it might delay people for a few minutes while we flee in abject terror or whatever.
Yep, and you can
Captain fly us off within sensor range, but hopefully cloaked or masked or hidden or something, so we can watch and see who shows up.
Sure. The captain agrees to your plan. He's going to take you into the lee of the nearest pillar to watch. Basically, just to scan them for the whatever shows up to watch your untimely demise. So, as the ship descends a good distance into the mist where there's no light, basically, and you hide and it's under. You've worked up your sensor cloaks and stuff. And this is actually, I'm sorry, I got ahead of us. You do the explosion thing, right? You put on the show, and you've jammed the camera, the sensors and stuff. So you both succeeded at that. So now your ship is in hiding, and you wait with bated breath to see who arrives to investigate your doom.
Yes.
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes, and then before you detect on the sensors a ship approaching. That's a lot faster than it seemed like it should be, because the pirate ships that were behind you would be an hour away at this point, even if they were rocketing toward you at top speed.
Interesting.
So there's another ship, and it's lurking. It's been lurking in an arc field nearby, but totally inactive. So it must have been powered down, except for possibly scanning systems. And it starts creeping out from behind the pillar opposite you. You're relatively close to this other pillar. It's like a couple kilometers away, and the ship is like, it's kind of this manta shaped vessel, definitely an arc vessel though, so it can't really fly in mist at all, and it just kind of lurks closer and starts scanning the debris cloud that you created, or the area you blew up.
Do we recognize the ship configuration at all?
Let me check. Let's see. You guys, you both actually recognize it. It is, it's what's called just an arc builder. Honestly, it's a builder vessel, but it's been refitted as an arc extension vessel, so it can fly in extended arc field, say that you would create with an APV. And as you watch over the next few minutes, you detect that the pirate ships that you spotted earlier are actually en route to that thing's position. You can detect them moving toward it. So it appears to be some kind of mothership or base ship.
Damn.
It's about the same size as your ship, by the way, but it's heavily armed and has an oversized battery, much like an arc projection vessel.
And these pirates are an hour out, but closing?
Yeah, they're an hour out, and this is their mothership, presumably.
And what are the odds of us taking this mothership in the next hour?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, one thing you should keep in mind is that this ship is actually kind of fragile. Most Pillar Universe ships are if they're attacked by stealth. So, because there's no force fields or power systems like that for the most part in the setting. So, if you got a good shot on it, you could probably knock it down or at least disable its ability to fight you pretty quickly. But you'd be counting on the gunner for that, basically.
Of course we would. We always count on the gunner.
Yeah, and this one you can actually detect that it has a fluid coil bombard. So it's a really heavy weapon that can shoot, and very accurate accurate in the sense that it fills the whole area with liquid coils to burn you. So it can shoot at quite a distance as well. It's got a battery of sonic weapons as well. So it looks like it's armed to the teeth. Let's put it that way.
Now, if we disable it, what are the chances of it just dropping into the infinite void?
Very high. Almost certain, in fact, because it can't fly outside of mist, outside of arc field. Think of it like a vessel that hugs the shoreline. It can't really go too far out.
What if instead of maybe going hand to hand with it, maybe we get it close enough to the edge by putting something on the sensor, and as they go towards it, we just give them a little push with a weapon.
Having been listening to you talking, the gunner says, "Yeah, our air gun, our compressed air weapon can do that. We could give them a shove if we get in the right angle."
That way we don't have it would look like an accident. We just get them close enough to the edge of where it needs to be, and just
only
like
one problem.
With a glass of milk.
Only one problem. If we don't disable their maneuvering, they'll just be able to glide back into the arc field. They'll circle around. So if we took out their maneuvers and had them headed in the right direction, and that's what the gunner's saying,
Yeah, LaDonna, maybe you can.
There, dunce.
Yeah. What if we jam those mess with the maneuvering and as they are trying to glide back out, we just keep on blasting them over.
What do you say to that, Leadon?
Here are my concerns. We don't know what the crew complement is. We don't know who's in there. We don't know why they're here. For all we know, this could be law enforcement of some kind. If we fire on them, we're just making our lives that much more complicated. I think everything that everybody has said is spot on and should be queued up and ready to go. But I think we need to open communications with these people, let them know they've been found, and tell them that we'll blow them out of the sky if they don't fess up and tell us what the heck's going on.
Maybe we should. That's a good point. Maybe like jam the maneuvering without telling them, and then communicate with them. So all they need is just the push if they get violent.
We could push them, open communications, tell them to freeze, and let them know that if they engage any maneuvering thrusters, we'll blast them and send them into the infinite void.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So this is which you use the computer guy again? I mean, you're both brainies, so I make them confused. Which you guys is the hacker? Hacker.
That's me.
Okay. We'll roll your stats then. Okay, you managed to jam their systems pretty well remotely. It turns out their ship is actually really easy, poorly defended digitally, it seems like. And you got on their network and hacked into them. So they can't maneuver anymore. So if they move, they're pointing in the right direction. So if they just move forward, they'll fall out of the arc field in a few seconds.
Excellent. Open a hailing frequency.
Right, you're the captain now.
Well, I've got bluff 4, so I can make this work.
All right, so you open it, and he, despite his kind of joking tone, Tuco opens the communication to the other ship, and you
unidentified vessel. You are in our crosshairs and will be destroyed. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
Well, isn't that something special? Don't hear that from a cargo ship every day, says the captain of the other vessel. It's not video call. You're just hearing them.
Right. Do you recognize the voice?
Yeah. No, you don't.
Okay.
This is, but it seems like you gave my boys the slip a few hours ago. So now I'm kind of curious to meet you. It's the captain. By the way, my name is Jath, and I'll be your pirate for this evening.
Scrolling down. Pendleton?
I wonder.
Yeah?
Show him what you're made of.
With pleasure, ladies. He opens fire with the air cannon, which is very quiet. And well, it's actually kind of loud, but it doesn't really even a signature because it actually is firing compressed air. And the shot bucks and knocks the big the big arc vessel out of alignment. It goes sailing over the edge and into the void. Okay, so you can hear. What did you do? You wimps? Not wimps. Oh, think of a better curse than that. What did you do? Shouts the pirate captain as his ship you bastards! As his ship tumbles out of control. Completely. Let me see if he can get the maneuvers back. He actually looks like he's going to be able to do it. So he's sending the commands, and actually no, he didn't switch sense. He's not trying to change direction. He seems to have caught on that that's not going to work pretty quickly. So instead, he gunned what power he had into the just thrust, the remains of his battery life. And so he's shooting toward the nearest, another pillar, a good 3 kilometers away, but he'll be able to make it, and he won't lose too much altitude in the process.
Okay.
So they won't be destroyed if they get to that other arc field.
We don't welcome pirates in our line of work. You should know that.
A ship like that, it was very, very easy to get into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make an investigation check because I think that whoever set up these cameras is not those guys.
Okay, make an investigate. You score up a very thorough investigation, very meticulous, and in fact, you realize that these cameras were definitely planted by Port Authority. They've got. I mean, between everything you've seen, they appear to have been planted by some kind of law enforcement. Yes.
Oh crap!
But most likely off the books law enforcement, like vigilantes or something similar, like cops that are going beyond the call of duty.
Oh crap!
Zakal, what's wrong?
Those pirates didn't put on these cameras. We're being watched by either law enforcement, the Port Authority, or someone that's acting like the Port Authority.
Oh dear.
Oh man. I think it's time that we, Captain. I think we should
flee.
Ditch the ship.
Don't ditch the ship. What are you kidding? We've almost paid this sucker off.
It's not going to be worth anything if we go in to make the final payment and they have law enforcement waiting for us to bring us all to prison.
But do you pansies see a settlement around here? We'll be out in the middle of nowhere.
Gentlemen, pirates, immediate. Let's prioritize our fears. Okay, right now we have pirates. We can worry about paying off the last of this in the port authorities after we've dealt with these people that are trying to steal our cargo.
All right, let's go away then. Let's.
With pleasure. We can fly out of here. Yeah, says the captain.
Yeah. Full power, Captain.
Okay, the captain puts on all the power, and the ship flies free of the little arc field where you were hiding, powered down, and sails away opposite the direction that the pirates are currently headed. Excellent. Toward the destination.
As they're doing this, I'm just erasing all of the information I have from past jobs.
Don't forget to sand off your fingerprints.
Pretty much, it's that I'm just like. If this was all paper, I'd be shredding everything in sight, but I'm just pretty much just deleting all the past jobs I had, all the accounting, everything.
Okay. Are you going to do that the same duty for your fellow crewmate people? Or are you going to shred all the records?
I'm pretty much going to shred all the records.
Okay. Let's see. That's a pretty easy check, and you did it with sterling success.
Guys?
Yes?
I have a suggestion.
What is it?
Yeah, spit it out.
Cameras have been on our ship for the last 6 months, right?
Right.
And we've done a lot of crime in those 6 months. Now, as the pilot has pointed out, as Tuco has pointed out, if they wanted us, they would have busted us already. They certainly have enough to put us away for a very, very long time. I wonder, we're clearly compromised, but maybe we can turn this to our advantage. What if we reach out to this organization, and we certainly can through their cameras, and offer some sort of deal where we work for them in the context of our clandestine operations and expose them to the really bad people like the pirates back there? We could be undercover cops while we commit larceny and crime.
Huh. I don't know, bro. Sounds kind of sleazy to me.
I'm sorry. Is this coming from the man who spent 300 drachmas in the squid brothel last week?
Hey, that's supposed to be private. What are you doing spying on me?
I'm your communication.
Well, it was in the records.
It's my job.
It was in the records. He kept financial
Besides,
workings of his
footage has netted me a pretty coin on the porn net. You're
Ew.
A non-hentai related question.
Okay.
How long would a smuggling mission? How long do smugglers get as far as prison goes?
Oh, It depends what you smuggle. I mean, if it's a weapon, if it's weapons, technology, stuff like that, you could get quite a while, like, years. But mostly you probably get, 6 months to 2 years kind of thing.
Okay. Maybe
and your ship would probably be taken away too, to be honest. It's one of the big things. You'd lose a lot of money.
That's why my instinct is that they're building a case on us to just like have all the ammunition. But I feel like maybe we should get in touch with these people, and maybe we can drop this cargo off to someone that pays a little more.
You'd have to know what it is for that to work.
Yeah, we need to finish this contract first. And right now the systems are jammed, so they can't access us or know where we are or see where we're at. I say we finish this job and then see if we can't negotiate a better future.
Hold on, dudes. We're getting a communication.
Uh-oh.
Now it looks like I mean, you want me to patch it through to you?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Okay. So he, the pilot, well, actually, one of you comms guys probably on top of that anyway. But whatever. You were busy arguing. So he sends the pilot patches you into to a line that's actually got an ID. It's labeled. It's from your employer. Approaching it. The same clan company that employs you, and the voice on the other end asks you about your ETA. When are you going to arrive at the destination? My client is waiting.
We'll be there.
You're like 2 hours out. You're on schedule, actually. You're like a couple hours out.
Okay.
So you can film that? Yeah.
2 hours out, sir. However, we've run into some problems. Nothing significant. We had to elude some pirates that tried to assault us on the way, but they're in our dust now. Not a problem. But perhaps we could rendezvous at a neutral spot to make the final exchange.
What's wrong with the hub? I guess, but I mean, I don't want to have to transport that cargo in with one of my vessels. That's the point of a smuggler.
Fair enough. Good point. Yes, of course. We'll be there in 2 hours.
All right. Well, glad to hear it. But has the cargo been disturbed at all?
Not at all, sir. Not at all.
See to it that it is not, or you may find my client less than pleased to meet you.
We understand. Our professional reputation's on the line, sir. 300 flights, no complaints. Shall be taken care of. No worries.
All right. So you're flying toward the hub. Do you want to do anything before you're going to arrive? I mean, what do you want to do before you arrive?
Man,
looks like it's clear sailing.
I feel like we're walking right into the jaws of a very carnivorous and hungry beast.
I have the same feeling as well. I feel like this we can make up a lie and say that pirates attacked, we were diverted off course, and thus we will have the drop off elsewhere just for necessity.
Do we have any contacts in the hub?
Yeah, you probably have people you can contact in the hub. We'll just say, but the quality of who you'll be able to get a hold of is going to vary immensely based on how well you communicate.
How about this? To ensure that we have a bargaining chip, why don't we contact Mickey the Hat? Have him come out with his ship, and we'll transfer the cargo onto his vessel. We'll pay him 10,000 quatlus and have him just sit there waiting for our signal to bring in the cargo, the final step. That way, if we are captured, we'll have the bargaining chip for our negotiations.
I like the sound of that, bro.
Zakal, what do you think?
I think Mickey the Hat wears too many hats. But I agree, maybe we should have. That might be our best course of action.
All right. So I'll
you guys don't know anything. Mickey the Hat only wears one hat. That's why he's called Mickey the Hat. Says
the hat, not.
But he wears it all the time. All the time.
Never washes it. Oh my God.
Oh, it's smelly. It's a smelly hat. Anyway, yeah.
Although here's something. Yeah. Okay. I was just thinking that there's a possibility that Mickey could stiff us because they might pay him instead. But
they'd have to know to get to him first, and you're going to be there in an hour, basically, at this point.
Yeah. So we'll call ahead to Mickey, offer him, an appropriate fee for his holding services, half now, half upon delivery. See if he's up for it.
All right. So you're going to have to make whoever's going to make the call is going to have to make an impress check using their, just impress probably straight. Okay. Then make the, I don't remember what your impress skill is, but let me take a look. 3. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, let's do it. Here the dice roll. So, all right, now you get Mickey on the line, and you're going to try to make your case to him. He must have been asleep because he sounds pretty grumpy.
Come on, Mickey, it's free money. You come out, you sit in the space for a little bit, you're 10,000 quatlus richer.
Well, that sounds like a deal, but I don't know. You must be under some kind of heat, or you wouldn't call me.
Just being cautious.
Well, that I believe. All right. Sure. Let's make a deal of it. But also, you're going to owe me one.
10,000 quatlus isn't enough, Mickey?
Getting up in the middle of the dark cycle, you're going to owe me one.
Fine. Round of drinks at the Quantum Edge.
Well, I'll be calling that one in, but sure.
Fine. Meet us at these coordinates in 15 minutes.
All right, you get it to him, and and now you're sailing free.
So all right, we'll offload the cargo discreetly onto Mickey's vessel, and just tell him, don't look, don't touch, don't do nothing.
Yeah, and, Mickey's vessel, Mickey the Hat nods and says that he's got it, and he gets his crew back on board, and they fly off. You guys go in separate directions, of course.
Right.
As you head to arc around to get to the port, and then your ship arrives a few minutes after Mickey's. Mickey must have already landed by now, and he's probably offloaded the cargo. And that port authority hails you as you fly close.
Sure. Hello.
Hello, Esserling. Seems like you had some excitement out there today.
Oh, pirates! When you travel these backwaters between the pillars, there's always that risk, but nothing we couldn't handle.
Don't call it a backwater. I live here, You're cleared for landing, Esserling. Yeah. You're cleared for landing, Esserling. But we do have
port control.
We do have a warrant currently outstanding for an inspection.
Sure, absolutely, understood. Please.
All righty then. Well, stand by. You're scheduled for an hour or two after you land. Well, I'll send you the details.
Thank you.
And you touch down on the docks.
We are brilliant. We are brilliant criminals. Nobody can catch us. We're so brilliant. Oh my God.
Check your account. Your financials. Your client calls you. I've noticed you've arrived, and we have the goods.
You have the goods?
My client is your employer, but my client has assured me everything is in perfect order. Impressive, Esserling.
Lovely. Wonderful. Glad to hear it. Always happy to have satisfied customers.
If you'd like to, if you enjoyed your experience, consider filling out a survey. We want to get better all the time.
Goodbye, Esserling. Pleasure doing business with you. And he hangs up.
Woo! Awesome.
All right. But I will.
Go on. Sorry.
I will check the accounts though, and just make sure the money's there.
Oh, you've been settled up. You have more than enough to pay Mickey a couple times over. Not nice. A couple times over, and still have plenty of profit. Yeah, you've scored up a hefty sum. Yo, we are going drinking tonight. This dark cycle is going to be a party.
Oh, I've had my eye on a portable terminal, the Nexus Black. Oh, I am so ready to have that in my repertoire.
You would, nerd.
Yes, I.
All right. So celebrations aside, we are wrapping this one up, and because this is the end of our little game series here, this current series, I want to thank everybody for playing. I'm Tim the Writer. And you guys are?
I'm Rob Ward.
And I'm Dave Robison.
Our players have been, well, man, I just kind of hit a brain. I just had a brain fart there. My apologies.
Yeah, players.
You're Tim Niederreiter. I'm Rob Ward. This is Dave Robinson. I said that right?
Nope, Robison.
My apologies.
There you go.
Yes, you can find this podcast at mentalcellularpublications.com. You can email us at podcast@mentalcellularpublications.com. You can like us on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Tim's on Twitter. I'm at Stagehead. Tim's at Niederreiter. And we hope you enjoyed this podcast.
You can find us wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a great game yourself sometime soon.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We still need to kill the. Oh, there.